Hello and welcome to the Cozy Sock Knitter, episode 4. Today is July 2nd and I am Tiffany, coming from my home in South Carolina. And I hope if you're watching from Canada, I hope you had a great Canada Day yesterday. And I'll be putting this out on Friday, July 3rd. So if you're in the United States, I hope you're going to have a great 4th of July. You know, barbecuing, hanging out with family, friends, celebrating 250 years of the United States. Also, you can find me on Instagram, T Blush Creations, I believe it is. I'll have it linked in the description if you'd like to see my Instagram there. So we'll be talking about a half finished object, and I believe I have 4 rips. Also, my stats for June, because today is the 2nd of July, so I'll have that. Then we'll be also then what I was watching and a little bit of life stuff. Also some yarn that I had received. Okay, let's get to it. Get something crafty that you can work on while we chit chat and have fun. Okay, let me get the first project. My first half object is this pair of sock. The last time you had seen it was right here. So I knit from here all the way down to the toe. And what I do is for my size and for the women in my family, I do 64 stitches, 2x2 ribbon, 20 of them, on a 9-inch circular needle, which is a 1.5 or 2 millimeter circular needle. Now the cuff and the toe are 2 different yarns of scraps. So I don't remember where I got it from, which company, but they were of the Joids. Okay. I do 60 rounds of the foot. Then the heel flap and gusset heel. And then I knit the whole foot depending on what size it is, which for me it's a US 7. So there's that. I'll tell you what the colorway is in just a moment when I get the other sock out. So let me do that right now. I have it in this 4th of July. Let me get it to focus. There we go. It wants to focus on my head. No. Bag by the Knit Wraith. I love her bags. The colorway is from Mustache Yarns. There we go. And it is Perfect Self-Striping Sock, Must Match Stains, 250 grams of fingering sock weight, 75 merino, superwash merino, sorry, and 25 nylon. So it has 460 yards or 100 grams. And the name is Princess General, aka Leia. There you go. And then, like I said, here it is. You have not seen this part. So here, right here, is the other part of the droid scrap. I had done it for the toe for this one, but you don't see any of the orange, unfortunately, in it. And I'll do the blue for the toe, so I just flip-flopped it. But I got all the way down to half the heel flap. I love self-striping. When I do self-striping now, I don't do any type of pattern. So it is basically the vanilla sock pattern from Crazy Sock Lady when I do self-striping. So that's that, and that's the cake that I am on. Still the first cake, which is 50 grams. Okay, so that was project number 1/HO, half finished object, if you don't know what that means. Let me put that back in there. Second project is in this bag, which is again another gnome bag. I love my gnomes. And this one is from the Bags by Awesome Granny. Blech. And this is the memory blanket. And I just put one square in for it, which is this yarn right here, which is Tokyo Nights, and it is 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. What? I don't know why I want to always say neon for nylon. And again, there's the bar band. And here it is, right there. Now I knit these on a US 3, and I do 22 by 22 stitches, and then also it's just grams of 3.4. That's that. And I'm doing 15 squares of long. And yes, I do crochet in my ends. When I have them on the second row. Just not when they're not attached to something. It's like the four corners. So that's that project. You probably won't be seeing this next time, maybe. Who knows? But that's that one. So that was project WIP number 2. Long term, because whenever I knit a project, this only the scraps goes into this. My third project is in my new bag. It's called Lady Liberty, and it's by 3 by the Sea. And it's my corner to corner blanket. Last time you saw it, I was here, so I knit this much in the 2 weeks. So that's 1, 2, 3 colorways that I've knit. I'm going to make it as long as like I want a throw. So probably about 50 inches long. And that's the stitch marker that I'm using. I don't know where it came from. One of the yarns that I had bought. So let me move the stitch marker. And it's just a garter stitch blanket. Like I said, corner to corner. Scrappiness. It would like to come out. And let me put it on the top row. There we go. There. So now, next time you see it, I'll probably be working on this for the next 2 weeks again, because I do. I rotate them around every 4 weeks or so. So probably seeing this again. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. I think so though. That's it. It's so squishy. I love it. I love scrappy projects. Besides my socks. Socks always will come first to my heart. That was the third project. The fourth project is in this bag right here. Again, another 3 by the Sea bag, and it is my cardigan. Last time you saw it, I was down here where this little charm is. So I did 8 rows on it. And this cardigan is my first cardigan. And I forgot to get the colorway again for you. Oh no, it was it's Mountain Top yarn in the colorway Condigal. Also, the pattern I'm using is the Brooklyn green cardigan. So I still have probably about 2 inches to go on this before I start the ribbon. But I love it. I'm knitting on, with this one, I'm knitting on a 4 mil US 6. And there is my stitch mark, the stoppers. It's fine, I'm fine, everything's fine. So yes. Now this one is going to be put away for the next 2 weeks, I believe. If I have extra time, I'll work on it, but I believe because I worked on this for a month now. Like I said, I like to rotate my projects. Every 2 weeks, bring something else new in. I'm gonna put something else back. So don't think I'll be working on this one in the next 2 weeks. But that's my cardigan. Nothing else really to say about that. Now, my new project, which I'm testing out. So before I started knitting, I crocheted, and I was crocheting this blanket, but I just don't really right in the mood for crochet. So now I'm trying to translate it into knitting, but instead of doing a long piece of the actual like blanket, I'm doing squares. So I'm modifying it from a crochet pattern to a knitting pattern, and a square yet knitting pattern in a way. At least I hope it will turn out all right. Let me show you. It's in this Christmas bag because it is a Christmas knit blanket, and because it's July, Christmas in July. So this bag is also from Knit for Brains, and so the pattern is let me grab it, hold on, let me grab what it's called. It's a cow back about 3 or 4 years ago, and hold on, so it's free. Oh yeah, it's the Christmas Eve Wishes cow is what's called. It's just type that in and you'll find it, or it will also could take you to the link to pay for the pattern, or look at ads and you can have the pattern for free. It's crocheted though, but like I said, I'm transferring it into a knit project. Let me show you that, and then I'll tell you about the yarn if I can find it. Ah, yes. So I'm knitting this on a 16-inch cord, and the size is a US 2.5. It is a worsted weight yarn, so it's a little tight, but that's what I have so far. Like I said, it is a cow, so I'm actually on week 2. Week 1 was this green right here and this white. Week 2 is the snowflake, which I'll make the snowflake and then I'll stop. I'll make it into a square, meaning I'll finish it off. And I would like this to be a throw again, so I have to make 10 squares long. And the yarn I'm using is Eversoft from Premier. This green, I don't remember the colorways because I got this yarn so long ago. This cream, and this red. And I did this in like a day worth. So, yeah. And that's all my work in progresses / half finished objects that I have. Now, if I can close this up, let's talk about my stats. Let me get my book here. I'll show you how I just write the month, what I made, how many grams it was, and then how the total grams of the year. And then I like to decorate with these pretty stickers. So for June, I had made my my 5th pair of socks for my Aunt Wendy. And that was from, I finished that on June 7th. So I did start those on May 2nd to June 7th. So a little bit over a month, but that's a pattern sock. And yeah. That colorway was again Tokyo Night for the 5th pair. A total grams of 70. Took that pair of socks. And the pattern was the Whimsical Sock by the Crazy Sock Lady. Then I also made square number 8 in my memory bracelet that I showed you of Tokyo, which that took 3.4 grams. And I finished that on 6/20. On 6/30, I finished the first week, which it was that green and white section of the Christmas blanket. I'm calling square 1 of total grams of 4.8. So the total grams for the month I had knitted, and I knitted more than this, but what I'm calling it finishes 78.2 grams, which for the year is 376 grams, 0.5. So 376.5 grams, sorry. So that roughly makes a little bit over 3 hanks of yarn. But in reality, I have so far have opened 5 hanks. So I am knitting more than last year. Last year's number at this time, let me go back to June, was 337.9 for the year. So I'm knitting roughly about 50 grams more ish, right? 30, 40, 50, 60, 30, 40, 50, 60, about 40 grams more. Not a lot, but still faster and more than last year. So I'll take it. Those were my stats for June and for the year. So if that's all you were here for, thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you like the video. But if you're still here and want to see what I have that came in this past 2 weeks and what I'm going to cast on next and a little bit of life, stay for it then. So what came in, I got a gift of these 2 yarns. This one, they're both from Mountaintop Yarn. This one, there we go, is the Wordland Nymph, and it's 75% superwash merino wool and 25% nylon. On the Snowdrift Select yarn base. Oh, those pretty colors, if it wants to. Then this color, which is the Garden Witch, again from the same company, at 75% superwash merino wool slash 25% nylon, and the same base. Okay, and those were the 2 hanks I got as gifts. So the person that gifted me them, thank you again. You know who you are. Now, because I'll be done with my pair of socks before the 2 weeks is up, I'll be casting on a pair of socks for my Aunt T. And I knitted for myself the other half of this one, which is by 3 by the Sea. If it will focus. And it's the Wicked color set, which was 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, and it had 2 hanks, one of 50 grams each, one of being this pink, very, very pretty, and the other one being a green one, which, like I said, I knitted that one for me. So me and my aunt will pretty much have witches socks. I will be, of course, the evil witch. Okay, and this one is Glenda. That would be for the main skein of the sock, and then the cuff, heels, and toes will be this green. So like I said, so mine was green with pink. Hers will be pink with green. And I will do the same pattern as I did with my Aunt Wendy's socks. The I have it right here. Nope, I don't. This one is the cotton. The whimsical pattern by the Crazy Sock Lady. So that will be what I'll be casting on next. Now, what have I watched the past 2 weeks? I had watched all my podcasts of knitters and non-knitters. So I'll tell you that also. I'll tell you everybody that I had watched. So for the shows / like I said, all on YouTube, I watched The Crazy Sock Lady, must. Knit All the Yarn, must. Yarn Joy, she's a crocheter, but I still like seeing her projects. Happy Crafty Homemaker, she's a knitter and a crocheter. Love her. Been watching her for like 5-7 years now. I was one of her first subscribers, I should say. Like she was only doing YouTube for her 2nd year, I think, is when I started following her. Wyoming Knits, had just found her not too long ago. The Stash Down Diaries, just found her this past month. Overdue Knitter. Now she's brand new. She's only has a couple videos out, just like me, but I love her energy. I've been binge watching nonstop when there's no other like knitting podcasts that has came out. Is Rachel is Knitting. She's hilarious. Oh my god, she makes me laugh like in every video she does. Then we have Therapy by Craft. Sheila Bobby, love her too. And those are all my knitting podcasts. Now the ones that are not knitters, that are documentary / murder type podcasts, always have to watch Kendall Rae, Mile Higher, and Swoop 2. And she also has Swoop, her first one, but she did not do a podcast on that one this time around. It was on her Swoop 2. The movies that I watched these past 2 weeks, I only have 3 movies, which are both the Perry Jackson's movies, which, you know, that's about the Perry Jackson, you know, he's the son of Poseidon. Okay, and these are both, these all 3 are on Netflix. And then Voicemail for Izzy, which is a romantic, sad, a little sad, but a romantic movie, pretty much. Also on Netflix. That's what I watched. Yes, a lot of watching this past 2 weeks. So this past 2 weeks, I had work, and then I came home and knitted and watched my shows. I also I do my exercise. I have like a pedaling for my feet machine, which I do anywhere from 20 minutes to 30 minutes a day on, which helps with my foot, since I was born with a stroke. It helps loosen that, so I do that every day. Then also these past couple weeks, been having trouble with my one dog. His name is Cooper. He's a white lab, English white lab, and he's been very, very picky at eating these last 2 weeks. He'll eat, but he wants to go, he knows that Grandma will give him whatever he wants. So he, one day he's like, no, I don't want this food. I want this food today. And he will not stop barking until you give it to him, because he knows that Grandma will give it to him. So we've been trying to figure that out, of the fact that, like I said, one day he'll eat one food, he'll eat, sometimes he'll eat it more than one day, like maybe 2 or 3 days, and then the next day he'll be like, nope, I want something else. It's like, boy, you're a dog. I love you, but you're a dog. You eat what we give you. So yeah, been dealing with that too for the last 2 weeks. Other than that, these next 2 weeks, Grandma I have a doctor's appointment. Just regular checkup, nothing important. And my grandma has her last installment of having her teeth done. So that's been 6 months in making. So be very happy when that is finished. And then also, like I said, 4th of July is coming up on Saturday. So again, happy 4th, and I hope you have a good one. And I'll see you in 2 weeks. So be safe and happy crafting. Bye.